So I grew up in North Poland, where we have Bory Tucholskie, and this is like the most amazing place to see the forests. And well, none of my relatives were foresters, but like going to the forest to pick up mushrooms, especially during autumn, of course, it's one of the big traditions, and I absolutely loved it. And I also loved maps, and this was something that was it's almost like a hobby. And in the forestry, the maps, this is the most important digital data, because everything is seen in the space, some kind of to show the area. So maps and some kind of childhood also memories about forest and nature and those beautiful. I think as everybody in Poland, we have quite a very deep connection with this nature, and this particular nature in the form of forests. So my name is Dr. Jędrzej Niklas. I'm working at the Institute of Philosophy and Sociology at Polish Academy of Sciences, and I'm running project Data Forests, public forest governance in a datafied society. Forests, as I said, it is a very political space, but it's also a space that is data-rich. For a very long time, especially forests in Europe, have been quite planned spaces. So, when to log, what kind of species should be planted, what kind of operations should be done. You need a lot of information to do that. So for now almost like 2 centuries, foresters are gathering a lot of information. And in the recent few decades, and more recently even in 2 decades, foresters have been using also quite advanced data technologies, digital technologies like drones, big databases, now also AI, machine learning. So forests are also producing a lot of data. There is a lot of data about forests. And as I said, they are also quite political spaces. So combining those two, this is exactly what I was interested in. So understanding first forest as some kind of political space when there are some kind of conflicts, big institutions, but also those kind of technologies that are mitigating and mediating our relations with nature, helps to make decisions, help to observe, but also are spaces for some kind of tensions between society and institutions responsible for forests. So this is exactly this triangle between institutions, society and nature, which I was really interested in. I was mostly doing now I think 40 interviews with different foresters about the daily work of the forest. I was also talking about activists and how they are collecting information and how they are trying to demonopolize the expertise about forests and create some kind of new narratives with digital data. So I was talking with a lot of people, basically, doing a lot of observations. I spent like a week with activists in Białowieża forest, which is one of the oldest forests in Europe, trying to immerse myself and understand their perspective, trying to talk to them and understand how kind of their vision of forest politics looks like. And at the same time observing foresters and talking to them. Different spaces, different people, very different language. And this study is really interesting in the sense that it also shows some kind of complexity of human relations and conflicts, and sometimes also understanding that there is no common ground, unfortunately, or this common ground is very hard to build because those camps do not talk to each other. So it was to be a researcher between those two camps is kind of, I must say, challenging. So it was lovely, first of all, to travel around Poland and doing this kind of really amazing field work, I must say. So that's something very valuable. Also traveling a lot, of course, conferences and meeting a lot of new colleagues and creating some kind of new connections. So a lot of conferences from science, technology and society fields. So there's particular area of sociology that is working on tech and society. So I've been, Netherlands, Slovenia, Finland, experiencing white nights in Finland during the summer. So there's a lot of traveling, a lot of opportunities, and I think, it was the most amazing thing was this kind of freedom to do actually the thing I really wanted to do. The science practice and the research practice is never like a practice of individual. We are always doing in a group with people, and to have good science and good research, we need to talk to people as well. We need to cooperate on particular projects. That's something different. But like actually to have amazing thoughts, amazing, far-reaching ideas, it is via connecting to people and talking to. So having this kind of networks of people doing similar stuff, but also helping you to move further, this is invaluable, I must say. Because also this project, I got the job, first permanent job in my life in academia at University of Cambridge, when I'll be running master program in AI ethics and society. So not researching, but actually teaching people about the technical problems. And this project also gives a lot of empirical evidences, so I have a lot of anecdotes to share with students as well. When we are scientists, especially working in academia, and like we need to write those papers and those books, and to actually be exposed for more longer time in nature as a sociologist as well, you learned that time is slightly different, and I think this kind of timelessness, especially in Białowieża, to being exposed to something that ancient, is give you slightly different perspective of things, and to see that our, of course, work and presence is very important, but there are much bigger things beyond us. So I think there's a big lesson from nature to put us in some kind of perspective in place. When I spent like a whole week with activists there, and I remember exactly one moment when we went during the night, like very late, to the middle of the forest, and there's something absolutely magical, something ancient, some kind of ancient energy, primeval energy, which is like very different. And I don't know, is it something that we are making up, but like probably not. I think it's like so old and so amazing. And also to see the first time in my life the wild bison, this is like also like a prehistoric creature of some sort. So this research also had those kind of magical moments, I must say, and this is like such a pleasure to be a researcher and doing those kind of things.